Hey all, Hipper here. So you might have guessed that I'm going through some of the older ships in the game, so if you enjoy that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And in this case here, we are trying out the new Roon Commander on Albemarle. And this ship has also gained new life in the game, because we don't have so many legendaries, or any legendaries, facing tier 7s. And double rudder on the Albemarle, and I was just dwelling on the first upgrade because I'm not using the turret rotation. In this game. I'll do that in the next game because that was actually the whole point, but I forgot. So don't forget to check the radar, of course, that's what you want. 18 turn time with this build here, but I'm just thinking, let's just see what we can actually get it down to, because this is already really low. But if we change this first upgrade here on the ship from precision to traverse, let's see what we can get it down to. And it's actually 15.7. That's really fast, and I can't wait to try this out, but in the battle you'll see here, I'm actually at the build before this where it's like 18, whatever. And in reality, it just means that I have very fast turret traverse. Yeah, let's agree on that, shall we? I don't see many people play Albemarle, and I actually have quite a few battles in the ship here. I have over 1 million elite XP on it, and I'm guessing almost 500 battles, I'd say. And that's because I think this ship is extremely fun. Because it's extremely difficult to play. It has barely any armor, and it is sort of a floating citadel, and it's not particularly agile, even with a full agile build here. I only have 2.4 rudder, and I can go like 36-7 knots, something like that. But what you do have is a ship that no one's really used to facing, and it has everything that you could possibly want, except for smoke. But you have 3 amazing heals. You have sonar, and you also have radar. And if that's not enough, you also have torpedoes, and you can single fire them just like Edinburgh. And this ship here is just as fun to play as Edinburgh, although Edinburgh is a lot more agile, unfortunately. But Albemarle is still good fun, and the HE is very, very painful. It's about the same damage as Atago, which is already pretty nasty. Except you have a much faster reload in this ship here. And the AP, as you'll see, also nothing to sneeze at. It's very efficient. Really, the problem with this ship is that it doesn't do well against battleships. And we happen to be in, of course, a 5 battleship match here. And I can't believe no one else was able to finish off this Hipper here. And that's because they are positioned really, really badly. Like, the battleship can't hit anything, and the cruiser looks like he's running away. So I think, okay, I'll just spend the radar here on keeping this Hipper here spotted, so he cannot sneak up on anyone. So here we have a Northy Benham, and he's going to be a problem later on, but for now we need to win our side over here. And it's going to be a problem because the Hipper and the whatever battleship that is over here on this side, they're just not paying attention. I'm not really sure what they're doing, but there doesn't seem to be any damage, any shells coming out of the guns, and that's what I need here. The Hipper does manage to take out the other Hipper that was down to 1% health because I mauled him earlier, and now this Bismarck here is pushing in, so we'll need to deal with him quickly, and so I can see where he's going to, grind himself to a hold on the shore. So we're just going to send some of the single fire torps his way, and that should finish him off. And then, of course, turn in so we don't get citadel, because you get citadel very, very easily in this ship here, so you really have to be careful. And the Germans aren't that much of a problem with 15-inch guns, but anything 16-inch, yeah, you're in for a bad time, and you have to play this ship carefully. But that's what makes it fun, right? So I know I'm saying carefully, but I don't actually play this ship carefully. When I mean carefully, I just mean don't show broadside to pretty much anything, but that will end your battle very, very quickly. So we only have a mines left here now, and someone finished off the Hipper. The Bismarck I took care of, and this naughty mines here running away. That's the only thing left to call this cap here, or this flank here, for 1. And there's 4 ships over here, and I haven't seen much work being put in by the other guys. So I'm thinking, okay, I will head forward, and I will try to spot where this mineseer is going, because he could be going anywhere. And I have to angle to both sides of this island here, because I don't want him just coming around the island and, you know, shooting AP at me and citadeling me out of the universe. So we'll just approach in a way so I'm not too vulnerable on either side. And then I'm turning in the last, well, pretty much the last second here after grabbing the cap. And now is when the rest of the ships come out from their hibernation or whatever it is they've been doing over there. And of course, there's only one ship left at half health, and the cap is ours. So I really shouldn't be going this way here, because I should be heading towards the B cap. But I'm just gonna radar to help these guys out here to figure out where is this mines here, because he wasn't hiding behind the island right here. I was pretty sure he was gonna be right here, but he wasn't. So instead, I'm just gonna waste another radar here, trying to figure out where he is, and it's gonna take too long to go the long way around here. And like, there's already 2 ships, or at least 1 battleship looks like he's heading that way, so it's just a waste of my time. And it's also gonna take too long. I have to get to the B cap. I cannot sit around here just like these guys here. I don't know what their plan is, but we actually have to keep moving, because the blues look like they are in trouble over at the C cap, and sooner or later the reds are going to get them, and then they're going to move towards the B cap. So we have to get the B cap before that happens, because I don't want to have to attack the B cap, because that is just very difficult on this map here, especially in Albemarle. I'll have to cross you know, the open water between A and B. And if there's battleships, like I said in the beginning, with a clear shot at you, that's really, really difficult. So it's important that I get over there as quickly as possible, because it looks like right now there's only a destroyer over there, which I can just bully out of the way and then grab the cap, and that's the plan. So this mineseer actually turns out to be a player in the Discord, and that's why, because I was thinking, this guy seems to have an unhealthy interest in me, because every time I'm spotted, I get targeted. And if you look, there's a very juicy broadside hipper in front of me, which, you know, probably would give, you know, more damage, because he's obviously not aware of anything. He's full broadside and shooting AP at the, you know, the bow of the mines. So that's why I angle a little bit, and I just tried my best to mitigate this guy here, because, like I said, I don't want to go that way. That's not where the objective of this game is. That's at B. So I'm not really interested in, you know, fighting it out with this guy here, but it finally ends when the battleship takes care of him. And then now I can head towards the B cap, and it is just in time, because you can see the C cap is just about to fall, and everybody else is just sticking around here at A. And I never understand that. Like, once you have secured a cap, you move on to the next one, or at least you start defending the next one. Like, there's no point just sitting over here waiting for whatever it is they wait for. And that's why I'm also trying to say, hey, B is there, and we are, or very soon we're going to be, you know, behind by a cap. So you should make a move. So I was just spotted for a second out there. So the Benham is somewhere to my right, and I just have to keep that in mind. So I'm just going to pop on the sonar. There will be torpedoes incoming. That's obvious. And I cannot just stop and sit here and there's the torpedoes. I have to make it to the B cap, because once those battleships finish over at C, and good work over there anyway, you kept them busy for 9 minutes. That's really good work. You might have lost the cap, but in the end, we didn't have to face the guys from C until, well, in a few minutes, once we've completely lost the C cap. So that's fine. I have absolutely no problem with that. As long as you defend the cap and actually shoot at the enemy, then I have no problems at all. And I'm very happy for my sonar here. And again, like, if you know, remove the sonar from your cruiser, I think that's a really bad idea. Because the sonar is just so useful. Without sonar, I would not have been able to pull this off here at the end of the battle. Because I had to, like I said before, I have to bully this Benham out of the cap. And I have to make sure that he cannot ambush my battleships once they decide to actually move towards the cap. Looks like they're starting to move. And I've used my last radar now. And I still have 1 sonar left, but I have to wait for the reload on it. So I'm a little bit handicapped now. I still have 20 seconds left, so I can make it to the cap. And I can use the destroyer smoke, like I'm doing now, to go unspotted. And that means that I can cap this cap here without the Benham spotting me, and he's still out there somewhere. So I'm just gonna fire some torps. I don't want to shoot because I don't want to get spotted. I want to grab this cap here, and then I want to go where the Benham is now, so I can sit in, you know, relative safety over there, while the battleships, the enemy battleships, have to cross the wide open water. And then I'm kind of hoping that my team will shoot at them while they are crossing the wide open water. Of course, that's, you know, I'll let you be the judge of that. My job now is just to keep the Benham out of the cap. That's it. Then we will win. I'm not about doing damage to those battleships that are going to move in soon. Or it would be nice to sink the Benham, but don't have to. It's optional. All I have to do is keep him out. And he knows that. He's obviously not going to make any rash moves here. There's still a few minutes left, so there's no need to panic yet. We are ahead on points. And the Benham knows that, okay, I might get a better chance at actually whacking this Albemarle here. So let's just give it a few more minutes before we do anything rash. And that's, you know, that makes perfect sense. And that's why he went, you know, around the mountain. There's some more torpedoes there. We'll just dodge them as well. And I'm not spotted now, so obviously he's on the other side of the mountain. So he decided to join the battleships over there. Probably a mistake, actually, because if he stayed out in the open water on this side, he would have been able to spot me, and of course my team as well. And that would probably have been more helpful, because I'm lining up to do a bit of a like a stealth torp attack here once these battleships here move in, because they have to. If they don't push, they're going to lose, and that's, you know, that's the situation you want to set up. And that's why I was so in a rush to get to the B cap, because I don't want them to have the B cap. And I just missed torps there, annoying. I don't want the enemies to have the B cap, so we are the ones who are going to have to push. Because I always say, like, defending is much easier than attacking. So if you can set up the map in such a way that it benefits you and your team, like I did here, like run that Benham off. Who cares if he survives? That's not the point here. The point is to grab the cap and give your team the best odds for success. Because I could go running after that destroyer around the corner and get blasted by these two battleships. Not going to help anyone. And as long as I stay here, that Benham is not going to be able to push in, not going to be able to take the cap. And I am kind of hoping that my team will be able to remove these two battleships here while they were, you know, crossing the open water. That seems to have been a dream, because that didn't happen. They pretty much just sailed across and no one shot at them. I didn't see any shells other than secondaries hitting these ships here, which is, you know, yeah, confusing to say the least. So we need to get some torpedoes out for this Brandenburg here and get him out of the cap. And I get more luck this time. I actually get 2 hits, and that's the end of him. So there's one battleship and that Benham left now. And like I said, it doesn't matter. The Benham doesn't matter. Like, as long as I'm here and I still have sonar for, you know, another 40 seconds, it'll be fine. And even when I've used my last sonar here, there's no way he can sink 4 ships in the last 2 minutes. So this battle here is won. And that's very satisfying. And, you know, Albemarle is one of those ships that I find very satisfying to play, because one, it's so difficult. So, you know, when you do well and you actually, you know, have a great game, it's a lot more satisfying than doing the same thing in Cleveland or Wichita, or, you know, one of the really, I'm not going to say noob ships, but some of the really ridiculous ships. So, you know, getting a good 3000 XP win in Albemarle, that is worth 10 victories in Cleveland, if you ask me. And I especially like battles like this one. I mean, I don't particularly like my team in this battle here, but I like the battles where you have to, it's not all about just shooting enemy ships, because if the game was just about that, it would be super boring. Like, it's about like having a little bit of a strategy, and then, you know, first we finish this flank, and then we remove that last cruiser from the board, and then we hurry up over to B, then we push the destroyer out, we don't kill him, we don't have to, then we take the B cap, and then we ambush the incoming battleships, because we know they have to push in. And if they don't push in, that's fine, we'll just stay in our spot. And I mean, that's fun. Like, parking your cruiser somewhere behind an island and setting fire to battleships for 15 minutes. That's not fun, if you ask me. That's like horrible. So that's why I find Albemarle such a fun ship to play. It is punishing, absolutely, and it's certainly not a cruiser for beginners. I would say if it's not the most difficult cruiser to play, it's definitely one of the hardest ones. Because you really have to be on your toes in this thing, especially if you use an agile build where you don't have the concealment to pull off, that kind of stuff. So the Benham got away, and that's okay, because we still won, and doesn't matter then. So that was Albemarle with the new Azur lane Roon commander as an inspiration, and yep, it's good to be back in the classic ships. So I hope you enjoyed it, and see you out there.